Well, good morning everybody, welcome to the Sunday morning show. This is a quick run around for about 8 holes, just working on a few things with my game, and I figured that I would get up early this morning, 5:30 for some reason. I keep setting my alarm for 5:30 because it's the best time to get out onto the golf course. The greenkeepers let me go out, which is always good. I try and keep away from them, even though they're busy ducking and diving around the golf course. But 5:30, my old man would be proud of me. He was a big one for getting up early. In fact, he used to get up early, and about 6:30, he'd start banging around in the kitchen just to make sure the rest of the house was getting up. So yeah, it's an early start, but the views, the stunning views of the sun coming out, it's just fantastic. If you don't normally see this time of day, which I know a lot of you won't, just make the effort. Try and set your alarm, maybe one day next week. Get up early, grab yourself a coffee, and go and sit outside, take in the fresh air, take in the moment, have a think about things. I'll tell you what, it's good for your health. Well, it's got to be good for your health. Anyway, got a few things that I want to get through today. As I said, this is a quick one for me because I've got a bit of a golf day later, so I need to get this filmed, get back, and then figure out a way in which I can edit this ahead of Sunday. So with that in mind, let's hit some balls, let's get out. 4 holes out, 4 holes back, 8 holes. Let's see how the swing's looking. But the big question is here, do you run it up that bank, or do you play it high and lofty and try and stop it? I don't go in between. I've gone right in between there. That's not good, is it? Coming into the second hole, it's so hard to get it close here. I think the way Chesterham's kind of set up was, it was always designed, I think, to be played sort of firm and fast, which is why you don't have a lot of trouble at the front of the green, so you can kind of run it in, which a lot of the kind of older golfers, should we say, who lose a little bit yardage, they like that because they can run it around the golf course a little bit more. But just my shot in there, I've kind of clipped this front bank here because I haven't got my yardage quite right, hit the downslope, and bang, straight through the back of the green. Oh my god, can you believe I have literally, luckily greenkeepers have seen me do it, but I've got my follow trolley, not thinking about it because I'm thinking about you guys, and I've wheeled the trolley onto this fresh green. Oh, that is definitely a first. I would say that is where my game is right now. If I don't hit the green, just struggling to get up and down. Put this new lob wedge in a little while ago, and I run to it a lot. Like, I've always used the lob wedge, and I've always been pretty decent with the lob wedge. But I don't know what it is about this particular one. I'm just struggling with it a little bit. So I might end up putting my other one, my old one, back in, because I just can't get a feel for it, and it's probably not a club you want to be running a lot to. You know, I've got to start chipping a little bit more around the greens with maybe my 56 degree wedge. Good club. So what have I got to tell you about? Well, a few things really. I've been listening to what you guys have said, but also listening to what other people in this space have been sort of talking to me about. And an interesting conversation came up with James Wiltshire.
I've started trying to do that recently because I went through loads of trial and error, trying different forms of content, and people will comment quite regularly. You keep chopping and changing. I don't know what's going to come next.
If you remember when we first got going in it, when we were doing our stuff with, you were doing your stuff with Crossfield,
yeah,
I was doing my stuff with him. He was regularly putting out club reviews, coaching tips, and then course vlogs.
Yeah,
and those were the kind of three things that were focused on. His like travel vloggy things didn't do that well, but those three things he had worked really well.
Yeah,
but they're not consistent. They're consistent for his channel in the fact that that's what he did, but like if you tried to do that now, I'm not sure that it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't, because there's so much competition now.
Yeah,
I think it's mostly to do with this. It's just a lot harder to do well now.
Yeah,
because there's so many options.
Yeah, and
that's why I feel like you have to nail down exactly what you're doing and just pump that out religiously.
Yeah,
so people know what they're coming back for.
With that in mind, anything I put out on this channel kind of now from now on is going to be on the golf course related. But that does allow me on the Sunday morning show to give you a little sneak peek on some of the stuff that I'm testing out, or companies wanting me to review their equipment. So with review in mind, this is something really, really random. Not something I've really done before, but I've been on TEMU. Yep. I was on TEMU because I was actually picking up a few little bits for my garage. I wanted to pick up a couple of pieces, and I came across a golf rangefinder. Now, I'm struggling with the name of it, to be honest with you. Rivassery? Don't know. Anyway, it's a laser rangefinder, and it's good for golf and it's good for hunting. It cost me 27 quid, £27, and they're saying that it's professional level. Well, the case itself is just like what you'd find in a normal Bushnell, Garmin, Precision Pro, anything that I've kind of tested in the past. The case itself is as solid as what we're kind of normally getting. It's got a little carabiner clip on the back, it's got the zip, it's got the thing that goes over the side, over the top, got a cable inside, so that means that this is a chargeable product, and then it's got just a little wiping cloth inside there. So, and this is the product. Slightly smaller than what I've probably used in the past. The other ones I've got are slightly bigger, and you can kind of see there's my Precision Pro one there, slightly smaller and lighter, a lot lighter. Now, just flicking it on for the first time, honestly, I didn't even expect this to be a product that would allow you to be able to look at maybe slope, but on the side here, you can turn that, there you go, up and down, up and down. Now, I'm going to use this today. I'm just going to zap in, so 121 yards, well, 121.7 actually, and it's 120 yards on the down. Precision Pro is telling me 122. So that's telling me 121.7, so basically 122, and that's telling me 122. But as we know, yardage is one thing, strike performance is another. No idea where this flag is, so I'm just leaving the flags out for the guys. It's Friday, so they're getting the pins ready for the weekend. Oh, keep it down the middle of the green. That should kick into somewhere around the middle. Oh, it's got too firm a kick. So, what about LIV Golf then? I think it's kind of one of those subjects that people have kind of jumped on the bandwagon and really hammered it, and for good reason. You know, it came out kind of left field a little bit, and then the way in which the pros went about their decisions to get on to LIV and do LIV, I think upset and wound a few people up, more because of the financial side of things rather than, let's say, the playing element of it. Well, I went to the first LIV event. I bailed on trying to do anything with it because it was just too hot, too much of a hot potato at the time, so I just bailed on it. And then I look back and think, actually, do you know what, I kind of wish I had done something with it, because I think there was a bit of money involved in doing it, which would have been helpful. But I got invited to a LIV event at the JCB this time, and it was a corporate one. It was like a kind of, you get on the party hole and you get drinks and there's food and there's everything going on, and I thought, you know what, we're going to go and do it. So Lester and I went up, and I've got to say that is the most fun I have had at a golf event. That's it. I just felt like, wow, when I finished it, I thought, my goodness, there is a place for this in golf. You know, they talked about the thing of like opening up golf to new people and grow the game and all this, which I think is a bit of a load of rubbish, if I'm honest with you. But on the flip side, I can fully get it. If you want to go and be entertained for 5-6 hours, LIV have that in a big way, because you can get yourself onto the golf course. There's music everywhere. You know, these players, when they hit golf balls, they've got music in their ears, so they're used to hitting golf balls in the music environment. And I think the louder it is, that makes it easier. If it goes super quiet and then people get a bit loud, that's what I think kind of, you know, can upset the players. But I've got to say, there is a place for this somewhere. I don't know what it looks like or whatever, but I think there definitely is a place for it, to have fun on a golf course, on a golf event, watching some of the best players in the world. They've got decent players, haven't they? Let's be brutally honest. But it's interesting. I thought this was going to be the last LIV event. I didn't think they'd get any funding to be able to do the next one. I think they needed 40 million, I heard, in order to get the next one off the ground. And how long this lasts, who knows? I'm not honestly too fussed whether it stays or goes, but I do think that they've got something there with the music on the golf course, and the entertainment side of things, I think, is definitely a winner. They've got a little bit more backing, so they go again, but for how long, we'll see. I don't know what it is about finding tee pegs. I have got hundreds of these things. 184 to the flag. Wrong button. 184 to the flag. I'm gonna have to get creative. Very creative here. I don't know if I've got enough hook in me out of this lie. Should enjoy the shot tracer anyway. No, I haven't got enough hook. Oh my goodness, sit down. Pro v Pro Series then. Got together with James Wiltshire, as I already mentioned earlier, and we did a little match round here at Chess, and I invited him down. We went out and played 9. I didn't invite him down, what am I talking about? He asked to come down and play, and then I kind of piggybacked and jumped into his round and said, do you mind if I do 9 holes with you on your channel and then 9 holes on my channel? And then we sat down and did a podcast, his first ever podcast. On the back of that, followed that up with another Pro v Pro match against Richard Woods over at Dainton Park. Some of you may know Richard because he's done a bit with Steve Buzzer over the years. He's done a bit with James Wiltshire over the years, and has done his own stuff. He's a PGA Pro, really good lad. So it was really cool to sit down with him yesterday and play the 9-hole match. We actually turned it into 10 holes. Play the 10-hole match and then sit down and do the podcast side of it. So make sure you go and check out the podcast. I will pop a little link in the description of this video so you can go and see listen to James's podcast. And yeah, I'd like to know down in the comments, what do you think about the Pro v Pro matches? Are they what you kind of want to see? Look at this house. Scaffold everywhere. It's still not even, well, it's just gone 7, so the builders aren't here yet, but that is literally the best view best view in the bay, that. See right the way around to Brixham, you see all the way over to Torquay. Anyway, can I get up and down? I mean, what is that? What is that, DH? See, you can do it. That was a turn and turn, that one. Double. You know, thinking about that bunker shot there, I played in a Pro-Am the other day down at Truro, and I was standing, I stood in for James Ruth, his normal team. James has been injured, so I went down and played in it. Anyway, I didn't play very well, very anxious, negative golf going on, you know, but then I haven't got a lot of confidence, so it's kind of expected. Got it 1 under at one point, and then it all sort of wheels fell off. But anyway, coming up the 18th, little moment for me. I did a decent drive, and then I fluffed my wedge into the bunker, trying to get a bit cute with it, as you do. And I had this bunker shot which was aiming at the beer tents behind the 18th green, which at this point, you've got to remember, we were one of the last groups out, so it is full. And if you've ever been to the Truro Pro-Am, you'll know that they do like a drink down there, a bit like Torquay. Pub with a golf course, I call them. Anyway, I've absolutely bladed this bunker shot out over the green, into the bar basically, into the make-up tents that they had over there. And talk about walk of shame. Go on then, you go. Oh, that'd have been nice. Yeah, walk of shame. Over past all the people that were drinking, must have been about 50 people there, plus the people up on the clubhouse shouting and bawling. Yeah, but I owned it, went over, chipped it on, 2-putted, wandered off with a double, and that's the game of golf, isn't it? That is the game of golf. So there we go. 8 holes done. It's now like 7:45. I don't think that's too bad, is it? Hour and 15 minutes, something like that, to play my 8 holes, which is not great. I've played 5 over par at this moment in time, which is, you know, needs a bit of work, doesn't it? But I'm working on it. I am going to the practice ground. I feel like it's more short game than anything else. Not overly confident with things, but it is what it is. Exciting stuff coming up. We've got the Scotland trip, which some of you may have known that we're doing the Scotland trip. Myself and Bernie and Joe, who works for me here, we're driving up. We're going to go and play Dundonald. Driving up on Monday the 17th of August. Dundonald on the 18th. And then we're going to work our way across to St Andrews, where we're playing Dumbarnie, which is slightly further south. We're going over there with Steve Johnson, who's a YouTuber as well, PJ Pro, does a lot of coaching sort of tips. And then, so that's on the Wednesday, and then heading back up to St Andrews to do the new golf course there. I think it was the Dukes, and I think they've repositioned it. So we're going to go and play that golf course. And I think Tiger Woods and Justin Timberlake have got a restaurant in St Andrews, which I've got a friend of mine that is quite well connected, and we're going to maybe try and get a little meal there. I haven't called him yet, so I'll need to speak to him and see what the crack is with that, but that could be cool, couldn't it? And then really last thing to reflect on is the rangefinder. Is £27 worth it on TEMU for a rangefinder? Well, It's not as sharp as a top of the range rangefinder, not as sharp at all. Like if I had, you know, would I use it? Probably not, because it's just not as clear. It's not as receptive, so it's not as quick as what I'm getting out of my Precision Pro. But for 27 quid, I mean, let's be honest, £27 to like £200 or £300, I think I'd be taking the £27. I really would, based on price. But because I'm lucky and I get the opportunity to use some other products, then I will use those. But if I was kind of in your shoes and you were in the market for a rangefinder and you didn't want to spend loads of money, worth considering. Anyway, I'm going to finish off this round. Hope you've enjoyed that Sunday morning show. I've got some editing to do. I've got a game of golf to go and play in an event, charity event. And that's it. See you next week. ASMR video coming out next week. Sit down, relax, and enjoy.